Well, hello, and thank you so much for joining me. As you can probably tell from my intro and what I just did, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I thank you all so much for being here. Today, we're going to catch up with Chantal as I've been purposely ignoring what's going on with her. And yeah, can't wait to see what she's got going on in Syria as the shit's probably starting to hit the fan. So, hello, Witch of the Woods. Witch of the Wildwoods. Nice. All right, let's take a look.
Okay, so yeah, I don't even know where to start. Like, I don't really, I guess I've just been busy, like I just got here. And so I'm settling into my new life, which is very different from the life I'm used to. I'll just be honest about that.
She's obviously got the fans on high.
Just in a way. A normal set might seem overwhelming for some people. But do I feel healthier? Yes. But I've only been here a few days, so it's going to be a while. But like, I don't even think about binge eating or doing anything like that. Overeating. It's too hot. I'm too busy, and there's no I don't have access to fast food, like easy access to fast food. I can't.
I was just about to say, I don't think she has the ability to be binging like she's used to because she doesn't have access to the food that she normally does.
Order it. No, not live here indefinitely. No. That's okay. It's normal to worry. I mean, when people think Syria, obviously they just think of which is, I mean, it is still a country that's like recovering from being war torn, and there's still a lot of unrest and transitional period going on. Hey, plain cheese.
And bitch, you decided that was the place that you need to be.
Love to help rebuild. Move to Syria to lose weight. It's not to lose weight. It's to be with my husband, number one, right? Two, even though it's challenging, sometimes I break down and I'm really out of shape. I like to travel, and I get bored as heck in Canada after a few weeks, So, rebuilding here, rebuilding there. So rebuilding here with Salah and my cat, it just seems a lot more healing. Learning a lot. Like when you're put in challenging situations, you learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot how to cope with life. You learn a lot about different things, The heat, well, it's been, okay, so the heat, again, if you're put in a situation that, people here adapt, and learning through them, learning through the different options we've had, So basically how it works here for the heat, like, it's not Kuwait, okay? It's not like Middle East heat, like Gulf country heat. It's like, it's pretty much the same heat as Canada. Like right now it's cool. I can feel the cool air coming in the window. I have a fan going though, but the government, because of the infrastructure, basically, you guys know, 10 years of war completely almost deteriorated the power system here. So you get electricity from the government for 4 hours a day, and it's like spread out 1 hour at a time. 2 to 3 p.m., 2 to 3 a.m., 8 to 9 p.m., 8 to 9 a.m.
It's kind of sad that she made this drastic move, and she really had zero idea what she was getting herself into. And you could kind of tell that when she was sitting there with Salah the first time she came live from Syria, and she was trying to explain things, and it was more so him explaining and her sort of just sitting there listening because she really had no idea. I wonder if she truly knew what she was walking into before she got there. Would she have come? I mean, she is desperate, but I don't know.
Yeah, okay, that's it. I have a CPAP, so yeah. So, well, the fan came with the apartment. One fan came with the apartment. So it's only hot really from like 10 a.m. until, I'd say maybe 9 until 4:35. Then it cools off and it's much more tolerable. Like I don't even really feel like I need an AC right now. This fan is amazing. We have another fan also in the bedroom. My knees are so sore and like bruised from like, a lot of people like sit on the ground here, so on like these mats, and we even have one too. It's a match, like I think it's a matchless Arabic style seating. But getting up and down, man, being fat is hard in Canada, and it's even harder in Syria. I would say 1,000,000 times harder in Syria. But the main thing, because there's a lot of sun here, the sun is very strong. A lot of people have private solar panels installed in their place, and of course during the day.
Oh my God, she's so clueless. Hello, Sharts. Thank you so much for joining us while you're pooping. And hello there. Thanks for joining us, guys.
The government electricity will switch on, and then you switch your solar off, and you switch it back on. And during the day when there's sun, of course, you can use the electricity. But there's also at night we have a battery, because if there's no sun, there's no power unless you have a battery like storing the energy. So yeah, so we have that installed recently, and you still have to be very, very mindful of, you know, where you use your electricity. Like you still have to conserve it. Like right now, it's dark. Like the only light I have on is this one and the fan going, and like when I go to sleep, it's just going to be the fan CPAP, and there's like a little night light.
I cannot believe her spoiled ass is truly dealing with this. I mean, she literally went from, having her AC at the lowest possible setting, being able to essentially eat whatever she wants, whenever she wants. She had a car that she was supposedly borrowing from someone. It's hard to wrap my mind around the fact that she purposely put herself in this situation, especially when there are so many people that, fleed for their lives and we're so grateful to get away. But here Chantal just had to get her man.
That probably doesn't use much power. So I did get a good night's sleep last night. I am sleeping, but it's just, we've had to do alternative things. Like we've had to figure it out. Right now, we're just temporarily renting a place. I don't have a fridge. So we have a cooler that we use,
Oh my God. She doesn't even have a refrigerator? My God. Unbelievable.
Put cold water. We can keep the water cold. I cannot say why we came here. No, I'm not going to be talking about like our private life like anymore. Like work, if he's working, why we came here. Number one, he's Syrian, right? He's a Syrian.
Yeah, Witch of the Wildwoods, I agree. I don't think she'll be there for long. I think people were taking bets, how long she'll actually be there. I gave her a month, but that may be being generous. So should cover her lives. Most everyone who does it is highly annoyed and go too far and overtalk her. Yeah, I prefer to watch like Apathetic Facts and Barbecue Chillin' just because her lives are so mind-numbingly hard for me to consume. So that's definitely why I prefer to use these channels. But thank you. Bone Daddy. Hey, Rage Bone. Love your channel. So happy I could catch your first live. Yeah, thanks. It's probably going to be a dumpster fire, but here we are. She's got her caretaker and she can't do life without absolutely controlling someone. Yeah, I agree. I honestly don't know how Amberlynn is still rocking the solo life other than the fact that she has her mother there.
Citizen. He's got a passport. He's a citizen here. So if I'm not in Kuwait and we want to be together, but that's one of the reasons. Everything else is just really personal, and the battery doesn't run a small fridge. I don't know if we could get a small fridge.
Hey, Sherry. Yes, one of my members of the Skeleton Society. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here.
But I don't really want to just like set up home here when we're probably not going to stay here. Yeah, it's roughing it. Yeah. And you know what? I need to rough it. No, that's okay. You guys can ask, but I'm not going to be talking about like really personal things. My plan for this arc while I'm in Syria is actually just going to be like, now Malaysia, we're not residents there. So having to travel all the time, yeah, I know people are genuinely struggling here. And of course I have empathy for that, like, I don't know. I don't really know like what to say about that. Like I know, like I wanted to say.
You don't have empathy for anyone or anything. Are you kidding me? She has no idea. And if she did have any empathy, she would have stayed her ass in Canada. Do you not have any consideration, excuse me, for what these people had to live through and were lucky enough to be able to leave? And then you're just coming in there like you think, woo, yeah, I'm with my husband. Yeah. Also, you guys hearing me live, you're going to hear all my stuttering, all my talking over my words. So, does she not understand too that all of the resources that could have went to these people that she feels so empathetic for, she's now going to be using? Oh, she's so clueless and tone deaf.
Basically, like, I'm so tired. I'm just like so tired. There's people struggling, and we feel for them, obviously. Hold on. solar battery beeping. It's off. Yeah, I'm just here because I want to be with Salah. That's it, you know. And my plan for this arc is just going to be uh, live streams like from home because
Thanks, there,
the
I'm
internet is not
trying.
good enough. Like the signal, it's 4G. It's kind of like taking a step back in time with basic things like electricity and uh, we have water. We have a water tank, so a big water tank. That's how the buildings they fill up a water tank. You have water, internet. So yeah, that's about it, I guess. But like I'm getting used to it. It's like, you know, and they're so nice. Like I don't know how, like just so hospitable. Like they
She's getting used to it, and she's been there, what, a week? If that. We have some things to look forward to, obviously, because Barbecue Chillin' put in their title blackouts, gunshots, and rage. So unbelievable. Yeah, Witch of the Wildwoods, I agree. I would almost feel sorry for him if he wasn't such a creepy creeperson, but she did basically kind of ruin his life. I mean, think about it. He was in Kuwait, kind of had his shit together a little bit, and now here he is in Syria, the very country that he was a refugee from. Like, wow. Call that the Chantal effect.
they don't have much, but what they do have, they will give you. Like they'll share, you know. And yeah, we're like that too. But I'm getting used to that kind of lifestyle. So once I have everything set up, the apartment fully cleaned, consistent power, some cold water in my stock thing. We have a kettle. I can, you know, invite people too. But your first neighbors were yes, Barbara, yeah, and they were poor. I can live without a fridge. Whatever, food is really cheap here. You know, honestly, like I was like people are just vending stuff on the street, like fresh fruits and vegetables. It's like melon season. It's like amazing, like the real food. You know, you drive down the street and you can like I don't know, you can smell the olive trees. Like people make fresh like the olive oil is like amazing and it's so good for you. The guys with the
Is this similar to how everything was so fresh and affordable in Kuwait? I'll give her this. At least she's trying to make the best of it, but it's like you're just so fucking stupid for going there. Like, why? But like is that Gunzi? Like Gunzi said, it's kind of like all for a man. I more so than all for a man, I truly think this was also just to prove us all wrong. Like, no, I'm still married. We are in love, guys. Look what I did for him.
guns. Well, they're basically I don't know if they're part of they must be part of the new regime or whatever. I don't know. But where's Salah? He's here. He's resting. We went to an area of Syria and met up with some of Salah's friends, people he knew, and even people that you don't know. They just come along. Like, if you, I'm just joking. It kind of scared me a bit, but when I think about it, I'll get to that. It was really dark, and we went to people like to stay up really late, like till like 4 in the morning, socializing, and we went to a park. And they set up a nice table and chairs for like families to go and have a good time. Kids can play, whatever. There's squat bathrooms. There's mostly squat bathrooms here. That's one thing. Also, if I do it just do.
How much would you pay? I mean, not to have to experience her nudity, but just to see her attempting a squat bathroom. I've already kind of pictured it in my mind, and I feel like it would definitely end with her like face in the drain, but that's just me.
But I won't get into that. But I'm just telling you that's one of the different things. We have a Western toilet and a squat bathroom. I can show you that someday. But so yeah, I've had to use those bathrooms, and I can. Yes, I can. For someone my size, I'm actually able to do that. We're at the park. We're having a really good time, and we go to leave.
She's such a liar.
And really, really close. Like it startled me. We hear like bang, bang, like shotgun, like gun noises, and I was like, firecrackers. And so I was like, I think.
So it's just a nice family picnic, and all of a sudden there's gunshots. But she feels really safe, you guys. And all the guys on every corner with, assault rifles, they're very friendly. So
someone probably got shot, and I was like, what? Like my heart sank into my stomach because I realized then like there's still groups of there's a lot of still contention between certain groups of people, like different religious groups, etc.
That's when you realized it. It was when you were in the country hearing gunfire. That's when it hit you. I don't ever want to wish bad things on people. But if something bad does happen to her, I'm I'm probably not gonna feel real bad about it. I don't know about you, but it's almost like she's asking for it. Witch of the Wild Woods. I love rewatching her get in and out of that boat in Thailand. I'd probably enjoy seeing her negotiate a squat toilet. Yeah. Um, her getting in the boat, her getting in and out of that little like car that someone had to like with the bike in front of it. Um, she's got the dexterity of a newborn giraffe.
But we went home and we went home, whatever, to where we were visiting. And on the news, apparently there was somebody got shot and killed 50 meters from our car. 50 meters. So I was like, I felt sick. Like, I was like, wow, like, I don't know. That was like a reality. But then I realized, do you know how many pew-pewings happen in like the United States? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it happens in other countries. It's just maybe for different reasons. Well, summer solstice, when was the last school pew-pewing in the United States? Right? So I'm just saying, it's not like Syria, I'm not saying.
I really wish she would just stop talking about things that she really has no knowledge of, and the fact that she has been extremely insensitive about in the past. Like, yeah, we get it. The world in general is a violent place. But I know that I'm not purposely going to go somewhere that I know I'm going to be in even more danger. That's why I said in a previous video, I'm in the United States and I feel like I need to be aware of my surroundings. So that's why when she was like, I'm in Syria, guys, and I'm not afraid at all. It's like, okay, well, you're ignorant and you're dumb, which mean the same thing, I guess, but my God.
Syria's as safe as the US. I'm just saying that those kind of things do happen as well elsewhere. So that was kind of like scary for me. That was probably the only scary thing that happened. But then I was just like, whatever, like, I don't think that, I think they have a certain target in mind when they do that. And I'm not political. I stay out of that.
Yeah, Witch of the Wood. She's comparing apples and oranges, absolutely. But it's sort of like saying, I left this country because there's a lot of wildfires, and then purposely going into a wildfire. Make it make sense. We can't follow the logic of this woman. Same with Amber Lynn. Their brains, I am convinced, just function completely separate from the rest of us.
I just want to come here and be with my husband, appreciate the good side of the culture, because when people think of Syria, that's all they think of. All they think of is the, terrorism, blah, 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 negativity. And there's like, I want to be a person who shows like a different side and not focus on that on my channel, but it is a reality. So there's going to be some instances, like when I show you some of the buildings, it's unavoidable. It's everywhere. And there are people living in those ruins. There's people living there. Like, yeah, Salah worries for me. He was definitely worried about me coming here and tried to warn me a million times, and I was like, well, I don't want to leave you in this without, like, I worry about him every single day.
Yeah. So kind of like we thought, Salah was 100% trying to talk her out of it. And I saw somebody in my comments say if he really loved her, he would have never let her come. Well, for one, we know how Chantal is, and she's not going to listen to anybody. Once she has her mind set up, she's going to do it. And probably telling her not to do something is going to make her want to do it even more. But my guess is he didn't want her to come because he knew how spoiled her ass was and how unhealthy she is, and didn't want to have to deal with the extra burden of her living with him. Like, just think about how much water, I'm not talking about bathing, obviously, how much extra water she's going to use every day just from having to use the bathroom. So can't say I blame him for not wanting her to come, other than the obvious. Yeah, I wouldn't want to have to deal with her ass either, especially when you're living in these impoverished conditions.
Be here with him going through it. Like, I love him. He's my husband. And, other than that one incident, it's been totally, the people are amazing. I would rather be here with like limited electricity.
Other than that one incident, it's been less than a week.
I don't know. Kidnap arc. I don't think they usually kidnap Canadians, and there hasn't been any in a long time. They're not as they're more rare, and they don't happen usually in like in Damascus. And it's usually, when they were happening, it was happening in like Rika, Aleppo, like really far from me. So I'm not saying it's not possible. It is, but it's a risk I'm living with. I know the risks.
Yeah, it really sounds like you know the risks.
I will garden with my life. I'm gonna try. I know there's risks, you know, like if there does happen to break out more war and more, you know, stuff like that, they might close the airspace and I won't be able to leave. Some things like that might happen. And you know, like how can I leave? Like I don't know. How can I leave my husband? Like, hey, Gabrielle.
How about not just you don't have the ability to leave? How about the fact that what if you didn't have the money right then and there? Because I very much think that she sort of lives by her YouTube paychecks. So, and absolutely, J Artiste, she is 100% an easy target.
I would rather worry about those things happening to me than me like being so. Oh no, I can't. If he loved you, he would want you to leave. He didn't want me to come here. So, but I do what I want with my life. Syria is the best healthcare in the world.
And look how well it's
Maybe
going
he's
for
just being
her.
a bit patriotic. That's all. When he said that, they do have some smart doctors though. Apparently, especially a lot of people. Every person I met was like, I used to be 140 kilos. And yes, we've hung out with people that were fat. So, or not fat in a derogatory way, but bigger. I don't like people think everyone's just like starving here. Like there is poverty, you know. But poor Shmi, actually, I sent her some pictures, and she said I look really happy, and she's worried obviously, but 41.
Well, I'm sure the photos that you're sending your mother aren't reality. It's probably of you and Sala waving at the camera like ding dongs, like you always do. It's not the actual conditions in which you're living. And I'm sure you weren't sending her photos of like people on the streets with guns and stuff like that. So if your mother was like, wow, you look really happy, it's probably because you're sending her photos of you and Sala holding hands, smiling, like, wow.
I'm a married woman, and don't know, just it's how I like to live my life. Less fluid. Hey, Miss Chad, I'm basically just eating like when I'm hungry. Like, I don't even really think about food unless I'm hungry. All the free time. Oh no, this happens
Oh,
sometimes,
shit.
guys. The power goes out.
The freaking lights went off in the middle of our lives. You can't make this shit up, I swear to God.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna get like a piece of paper to fan myself. Stop laughing at me. I know you're laughing. I'm fanning myself. It's a little warm without the fan. But I'm always hot. Imagine. Like it's probably only like 19 degrees right now. Well, okay, the solar power.
That doesn't surprise me at all,
We just
Sharp.
installed it. So what probably happened is the battery didn't have time to absorb enough electricity, or there's something wrong with the battery storing the power. So plain cheeseburgers, the solar power it only costs maybe 700 USD to install, and then you have it forever. So, he has a family home here. We can always bring it with us everywhere. So it's good to have anyways, because like, this is insane. This is the reality. This is the reality of life here. And this is one of the things that's hard to adjust to, even for Salah. It stresses him out because he never.
I mean, truthfully, this is going to sound mean, but no one really matters but cats. She'll stay hungry and we know it. Maybe that's good for her, because when's the last time do you think she really experienced true hunger? It's probably been a long time. So like she kind of already said, maybe this is a way for her to get healthy. Now, it's a messed up way to get healthy, like basically by force, because you don't have any other choice. But I guess if it works, it works. Invisible Nobody. Hello, baby. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Yeah, I completely agree. Which if she has a medical event, it's done. I even said when we found out she was in Syria, I said, does she understand that she's on the precipice of something really serious happening to her? And if that does, she's not going to be laughing. I mean, it's kind of right now she's sort of still haters, but it's going to be scary for her if shit really goes down. Yeah, Patricia, he lost everything. We kind of said a few minutes ago that she basically ruined his life. But when you're a scammer and you're an Uber creep, it's kind of hard to feel sorry for you. But again, I don't want to see anything truly, truly devastating happening to anyone, but they're kind of asking for it if you really want to be real.
So it's different. So how can I leave him to deal with? But he, like he said, me, I can deal with it. I don't want you to go through this. This is not, you have no idea what it's like. And honestly, I feel like we're kind of, if it weren't for the CPAP, I wouldn't care, Thanks. There we go. Okay.
Oh my God, what is that, a flashlight?
We have an electrician coming tomorrow. They're going to figure things out for us. So that's what I mean by we've been just trying to deal with setting up house so that we can sweating, you know. This is like the first actual like unplanned blackout that we've experienced, actually, kind of. I think. Like I thought that the battery was...
Just looking at her, literally streaming from like flashlight light, like, damn bitch, what have you done to your life right now? And she's still gonna sit there and be like, eh. I think I would have maybe cut the stream off, but maybe this is the content she's wanting. Maybe she wants the sympathy. Maybe she's hoping people will be sending in super chats. I don't know. But this seems so bizarre to me that did she not just get done saying, we want to show Syria in a positive light to all the people that are believing the propaganda from the Western world? Like, wow, you're really proving us all wrong. Yep, we're all still jealous, JRTist.
Have more time, but it doesn't. He's not Superman, guys. Like, this is a new life for him. He's overwhelmed. Like, he doesn't, you know. Everything was easier to take care of for me when I came to Kuwait, but here's different. So, okay, so let's gonna get a different battery. Return that battery. Get a different battery. When the sunlight comes out, like sun maybe 6 a.m., we'll have power, so I can just sleep then. I was telling them, like the solar panel works, right? Yes. So whenever the sun comes out at Fajr or like 5:36, we'll have full power. It's in a few hours, so I can just sleep then. I'm not even tired. I know I look like crap. I'm putting my filter on. Okay, there you go. It's for you guys. No, I can't use my CPAP now, but I'm not tired. Like, alhamdulillah, I'm not tired now because there's been times where I'm dead tired and I've had to wait. So, yeah, I mean.
Sounds like the perfect conditions for someone with sleep apnea and uncontrolled diabetes to be in. Good job, Chantal. Once again, proving your decision making just chef's kiss.
Choosing this life is crazy. Well, I am crazy, so people would kill for your life in Canada. I mean, maybe I took that for granted. I don't know, but like maybe I'm just because grew up spoiled. I don't know.
Yeah, that's how I'm taking it, JRTist.
The battery's defective, so we just have to get a new one. Hopefully tomorrow night. We have a shower, Twinkie. Not tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning. We don't have hot water though, but I don't care. I want a hot shower. You wouldn't want to be with your husband? You not come. I know, but I want to be with you. And you lost the challenge right away of complaining every single minute. No, I didn't. When? Minutes. You complain more than me. Yeah, I complain because I know the... See the roster?
Maybe he's complaining because it's basically your fault that he's in this position. I would complain to you as well. Hi, Chunky Builder. Thanks so much for joining us. Yes, my first ever live, so please excuse all of my tomfoolery.
I only complained once. I only complained once because you paid a lot to live here and the fridge wasn't working, so we didn't have a fridge. That's what I complained about.
I wouldn't come here. If you're not here, I wouldn't rent this.
Yeah, I know you did it for me. He is sleepy. Are you stressed out? Salah is not used to a rough life either. Here, go like this on you.
It's okay for me.
You're not hot? And I know I don't have to be here, but I don't want to be without my husband. So, and he even said today to his friend, we were at his friends, and he said something in Arabic, and they all looked at me and went, "Oh," and I was like, "What?" And he said, because they said, "Can we really like her? Can we have her for a week?" He said, "No way, I can't live without her." So, right?
Yeah.
There, proof you love me.
Right? Tell them that you love me. Oh, it's so embarrassing to see someone so desperate. Reminds me of that time that he came on live with her and she's like, yeah, Salah knows all about my past and you don't care about it, right, Salah? Crickets.
Yeah, I told off my I don't care, I'm gonna talk. I told off my landlord. I'm like, I don't remember. We got to like a little tiff at the end. He's really weird. He's like a weird little neurotic guy. And he was being like rude. Like I didn't do anything. I was like despite the people harassing him, which, you know, isn't really my fault because I didn't make them do it. He was like, okay, now don't because he gave me like, I'm like, I want my money back, you know, like I need to leave. So he was like, don't message me for anything ever again for any reason. So I'm like,
Get lost.
I said, dude, I said, listen, I said, I wrote LMAO. Why would I message you for anything? Get a life, block. Like,
Go to hell.
because people were messaging him right when they found out, like psychos, you know. So I was like saying that I was dirty in the villa and all that. So he's like, people were telling me about Orleans, and I was like, I'm like, oh great. I'm like, right away, I'm like, I'm leaving. I want my money back. And he was like, okay, here's some tea. So he was like, I'm like, listen, that was like 3 years ago. Basically, I was like, my house got messy like once in a while, whatever. It's not your business. Like, you know, like maybe past tenancy.
You know, that would be a point to be made if she wasn't a disgusting trash mouse in Kuwait. Like, Salah called her out about it how many times? Matthew Fontenot, does Salah have a job? Not that we know of. Apparently, he has his own perfume business that he owns shares in that. And she claims that that is his source of income. But yeah, you can't really trust either one of them, what they say. So your guess is as good as ours.
Whatever, but like, no, like, so, you know, that was long ago. I'm like, I haven't been a bad tenant now. Like the place is clean. I paid you first and last month's rent. I'm quiet. I'm very quiet. Like, what more do you want, you know? So then he's like, you're not getting.
Oh yeah, she's super quiet, especially when she's raging at her audience every other minute. I can only guess what type of tenant Chantal must really be. I mean, she's filthy. She's not friendly. She's probably a pain in the ass to have to deal with anytime anything happens. Like,
I was like, oh, I'm gonna pull out Miss Legal, what's it, Legal Mindset Foodie Beauty and clock it. So basically we had a verbal agreement only. It was nothing, you know. He said he was being nice and he was letting me move in like a bit of time before the 1st of July. The lease only started. I've signed the lease. The lease was legally binding for July 1st. So I said, my lease doesn't start until July 1st. You cannot legally withhold my money, and I have to leave now for my safety. And trust me, the trolls are nasty and they're going to make your life hell. So you're going to want to give me back my money. And he was like, you're not getting your money. He's like, I'll give you your money back after you leave. And if you leave before the 1st, before the contract starts, and if I inspect the apartment. I said,
yeah, he probably didn't want you trashing the place because unfortunately being a landlord is, for one, I don't personally like landlords. I think a lot of them take advantage of people that have no other choice. But on the opposite end of it, it's kind of a pain in the ass because you have to deal with people paying you on time and you have to deal with how they're treating your property. So he's probably thinking, this bitch is crazy, so I better make sure she's not going to tear the place up before I, conclude my business with her.
Your apartment will be in the same condition that it was. I'm not a child. I would not disrespect your property for no reason or do anything illegal. But legally, you cannot withhold a last month.
Matthew, she's still a dumpster fire, but unfortunately, this arc, it's taken some wild turns. She basically, I think, to get revenge on Nader, found this guy who everyone believes to be a romance scammer. She shortly thereafter went to Kuwait to be with him, and well, she's now in Syria living with no electric. So you can see how that's working out for her.
It's rent deposit for, it's not a security deposit for damages. It's a deposit for my last month's rent, and you have to give it back. And the first month as well. And actually, I was nice. I didn't have to do this. I thought it was right to give him a chunk of the first month's rent that I paid for the first, because I stayed there for a while. Like, I'm not going to stay there completely for free. So that's the tea with that guy. Anyway, he was, I don't know, he was weird right from the get. Like, when I was communicating with him at first, he was using like a troll picture. Not his actual picture, which I guess, I don't know, I can understand that. But he was just really like picky about every little thing. Like, I'd never want to live in a place again where the landlord lives in the same building, because they nitpick every little thing. Like, he's saying the air conditioner wasn't installed properly, that there's going to be bats coming in. He was like super neurotic and like,
I mean, it probably wasn't, considering you said that you were the one that put it in. And yeah, they don't want their house being torn up. So the fact that she's just like, God, he's so annoying. No, you're annoying.
I'm so glad I'm out of there, man. It would rain and the whole ceiling would leak. Okay. And I message him and he's basically like, well, I don't know what to do. Like, well, who am I supposed to?
First live, Red Riding Hook. Thanks for being here, BB.
to tell about this? Like, you're the landlord. What do you want? Like, who am I supposed to tell that the ceiling looks like it's going to cave in with water because like, I had to put one of my buckets under there. Like, I'm glad I'm out of there anyways. So that was a disaster, you know, and that's the chance you take. Anyway, yeah, I don't care if he's watching. What's he going to do? I'm allowed to say what I want. I didn't say his name. You know,
what could you possibly do to Chantal at this point that she hasn't already done to herself? Oh, that's why I tell people don't go real life. Just let them implode on their own selves because it's going to happen eventually.
Not the one doxing people, so toxic mold. It did smell like mold in there, really bad. It smelled. You know what it did? It smelled like potatoes. You know when you leave a bag of potatoes out, and I couldn't pinpoint the smell, and the windows wouldn't stay open all the way, like they would shut down. I don't know. Anyway,
Hey, Leafly, thanks for being here. Matthew, the only reason that she appears to be a little calmed down is because she is in Islamic countries, and so there's actually punishments for behaving certain ways, as she kind of found out the reason she had to flee Kuwait because of her behavior. So yeah, I think maybe she's trying to keep a lid on it a little bit, but apparently there's a rage at the end. So
actually works really well as long as you have water. Yeah.
Your voice makes me more sleepy.
Want me to get off or something? Did Scylla ask you to come? No. Hey, Vanessa.
I asked her to not come for your safety and for the rough life and the tough conditions.
I should maybe have given him more time. I didn't have time. I had to leave before like the first of the month. I didn't want to.
I told her give me 1 month at least to set everything up. I didn't have friggin' time.
Hey, Nina. Maybe I was that a gunshot?
Yeah.
Why?
Fireworks.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. Fireworks. I guess sleeping outside is off the table. Shut up.
With 1 month, I could set a huge solar panel system, and in my house.
thanks, Denise. We're making it work.
Like, you know, apartment. And prepare many things. Too many things, like furniture, appliances, machines, you know.
Yeah, Sala just kind of sounds over her shit. And I can't really blame him. Leafly, I too have kind of been out of the loop all weekend, but from what we're seeing here, she's got no fridge, so no way to keep food cool, apparently. She obviously is sitting here without power right now. No big deal. I mean, she just needs a CPAP, to sleep, but, whoopity-doo. And she already told us a story how they were at a park and they were just having a nice kind of little picnic with some families. And apparently there was just gunshots going off, but she feels extremely safe. So yeah, no cold insulin. Is she on insulin? I don't remember, but I highly doubt she's taking any of her medicines anyway. So
Utilities and Wi-Fi, for example. Too many things.
Can't get rid of me that easy.
We'll always talk about the emotions. Must be real life.
Okay, fine. I'm going to Italy then tomorrow. Should have listened to Scylla. Maybe. How stubborn I am. I know. Alhamdulillah. Oh, we get an hour of government power.
The power's back.
I'm not sleeping for an hour with my CPAP. There's no way. I'd rather wait till the morning and sleep right through. As soon as the sun hits the solar, you can have power all day until it gets dark. And it gets dark late here. And I'm not tired. It's 2.
So now your phone charging, 2 power banks, my phone, your phone, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all.
You think I can handle it here?
How long you can last staying here? Maybe maximum 1 month for you.
What do you think I'm gonna do?
Can she make it there? I would love to know why this was Sala's only option. Like, I am completely ignorant when it comes to passports and like where, certain people are allowed to go as far as like passport access, but I would love to know why Syria was his choice. Like, why would he have not gone to any other surrounding country that didn't have these problems? I mean, Thailand. Why didn't he go there? I don't know if she's ever addressed this, if he's ever addressed it. My only guess was that maybe he had family there that was helping him, get established, but still, you would think any other option other than where they went. Melanie Lynn, yay, first live. Thank you so much for being here, BB. We're struggling through it. As you can see, I have no idea what I'm doing, but thank you so much. Yeah, Leafly, she doesn't take anything seriously, including her own health, her life. She doesn't give a shit about anything other than her instant gratifications. Can't stay long in Asian countries. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. So maybe that's why he chose to go here. But you would think she's doing her visa runs in Kuwait. Why couldn't he have done something similar? I don't know. It just seems crazy to me that this was the option that he landed on. No one really matters but cats. Thank you for being here too. Yep, it's my first ever live. So like I said, you can kind of tell I'm struggling a little bit, but it's okay. We're all okay, right?
What about you? You have times where you're like over it, huh? It's hard for you too. It's hard for Syrians in general. Oh. No, use. I came. Do you know what I went through to get here? Do you know? And she cries and runs away when I want to kiss. Betty Bosa, telling home. Oh my.
Thanks, BBs.
Julia.
Appreciate you.
You can tell me. I don't know, Pilates, because he has a family home. He has a home here and stuff, so a house, and he wanted to.
Yeah, that's a good point, Miriam.
And stuff. And, yeah, he's Syrian, I don't know. I mean, I guess we could overall just leave if we wanted. And then the closet.
If we really wanted to.
It didn't work.
And apparently the power just went out again. We could leave if we really wanted to. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to? I mean, my God. It's very clear that life here is a struggle for anyone that has to endure it. So for her to purposely go there is just... It's just one blunder after another for these heifers, I swear.
I told you, it's the sun that charges the battery, babe.
I didn't switch it.
Oh. Alhamdulillah. Ceiling here, it's not comfortable like at home, It's not comfortable the same, It's not seal work. It's not sealable.
That would actually make a lot of sense, that deranged bunny.
Laying down, smoking, and eating. That sounds really good right now. You can't say how miserable you are. Marcus, if I was really miserable, I'd have a meltdown. I haven't even taken my brain pills in days.
Thanks, Miriam. You're the best.
I'm kind of bummed about the battery. I thought our problems with the electric were over. Accountability for what exactly? You don't know the situation, so you can't say if I caused anything because you don't know. That's not illegal. It's not. To do vlogs and make money when you're traveling, it's called nomad life. What? I don't think you guys know how to use whatever research you're doing. No, he wouldn't be in Kuwait. Hello, darling. How do you know? Exactly, you don't. Kuwait is not stable for expats. So, but even that, whatever. He wouldn't want to be there without me anyways. So.
Thanks, Goonsy.
We can go other places, like Syria. No, not always. No, the travel vloggers post when they're in the countries too. Yes. What danger am I in, Namin? I don't think you understand the situation either, because,
what danger am I in? What danger am I in? Prove it. Oh my God. I don't know. Women in general, I think, are in danger, but she sticks out like a sore thumb. So above and beyond that, maybe the fact that it's still volatile, like you just said, there's literally gunfire near you. You've been there less than a week. The government hasn't really been established yet, so you truly don't even know what the rules and laws are going to be, let alone the entire vision of chaos that probably is creating right now because it's considered lawless. The poverty, crime typically goes up when it's an impoverished area, unfortunately. What else? Oh, her health. I'm not in danger, you guys. I mean, if nothing else gets her, her own body's going to.
Literally not even doing anything. I'm literally like here with my husband. I really don't. You can make your money. Nobody give a f. You can't just act surprised when it's against the law. Where does it say it's against the law to do vlogs and get paid for them in Syria? Where? Oh wait, how are travel vloggers doing that then? Nope, not always. K2. Nope. We watch travel
Yeah,
vloggers who
Sherry.
upload real
She's
time,
big,
go
which means
live
she
real
can
time in
afford
the
to
country.
eat.
Travel with Chris is one of them. There's many. Why are you guys so fixated on that anyways? Like, why do you just wait around for something like any little slip up? It's so weird. Like, I don't know. Are you miserable in life or something? I don't know. I mean, we have no electricity sometimes, and I'm still not as miserable as people who sit at home obsessing over like stupid little wishing like the worst for someone. Anyway, that's your karma. I'm not. That's it. Yeah. Just don't worry about it. It's my problem. Like, it's not yours. You know. I didn't get kicked out of Kuwait. I can go to Kuwait tomorrow if I want to. Pause is BS.
Why don't you then? If you were so confident in your abilities to stay in Kuwait, why didn't you? No, your ass was scared and you took the first ticket home to Canada. So the fact that she's going to try to be all big and bad now is just so stupid.
They just want you to be homeless and banned in every country. Yeah, I know. It's sad. I don't know, man. Humans are messed up. So
yeah, Steady. She has no freaking clue about
yes.
anything.
Causes a scam, and they're immature little brats. They don't know anything. Whatever. I wanted to leave Kuwait anyway, and Kuwait arc is over. There's nothing to talk about anymore. So it's over. At
least you had AC in Kuwait.
Altitude kind of not well. Just looking out for you. This was a big mistake. Well, to me, it wasn't a mistake. Nomin Roodles, and I mean, you're not me. You don't live my life. You have an opinion, but that doesn't make it a fact, right? So film everything in case I'm making a Netflix film. Well, if this is the way I go out, it's the way I go out. I put that's the thing about being religious. You put your full trust in God, and
that's so morbid. Like, well, if this is the end of my life, well, oh well. Like, wow. Glad to see you value your life and Salah's, you know.
Don't worry about the rest. Just leave that to God. Whatever. Everyone has their time. You know, whatever. I'm not gonna leave Salah. Like, I know I don't know. Like, I know it stresses him out more because like he has to worry about me too now. It's not just himself. And the man has like responsibilities to take care of his wife, right? In his culture. So he's worried about every little thing. Like, where's your fan? Where's your charger? Where's, you know? I try to make him relax, but it's hard for him. What freedom? No, I don't. I'm married to like his culture. Oh shoot. Just go for that warning. He's snoring.
Every time the power goes out, my God.
Talk as loud as we want. He will never hear it. I said, why don't we go to Malaysia? He didn't want to.
You know, the fact that she's not going to at least tell us a spooky story right now pisses me off. You could at least lean into the meme a little bit and just, you know, get one over a little bit, but nope. She's just showing us how great Syria is, you guys, and really fighting those stereotypes.
That's in my life. I know the risk. I might never be able to leave if things get bad. I know. I wouldn't live in Syria if you paid me. And leave? No, Bean? I'm sure Syria doesn't care if you would live here or not. Just saying the world doesn't revolve around you, ma'am. What situation? Putting themselves in this situation. You don't know the situation. You're not here. You don't know what it's like to live here, so you can't say. You think that Syria is the same as it was 10 years ago. It's not. Why is every other country, including Syria, open for criticism, but if you do that to the US, you guys freak out? Do you not like see the hypocrisy there or what? Well, I just pointed it out for you. And your life seems fun, Christina Pang, like obsessing over every detail. And
did the flashlight batteries die, or
like, what fart box? You haven't even seen my apartment. You're probably just sitting there picking your nose, living life though to the fullest. Yeah.
Do we really need to see it? Because let's see, we've got no fridge, no AC, or is there AC and they can only run it like 1 hour a day? I don't remember, but it doesn't really matter. They've got like 9 couches. Yeah, it paints a picture. It paints a little bit of a picture.
watching Foodie Beauty when you don't even like me. Okay, bye. Who cares if there's power outage? Do I look bothered right now? Like,
Well, we can't see your face, so we wouldn't really know.
Takes one to know one. Jeremy. Do you hear him? He's getting beat up. Good. Oh. Sun is finally rising. Hope it works, the power. Good night, Mimi. We don't have a window in the bedroom, so there's just one window in the whole place. We don't let you in Canada. Eileen, no one cares what you want. Do you think I need your approval to do anything? Get out of here. Oh, I think I'm going to go back to Canada one day. Wait, Eileen doesn't want me there. Oh, no. Whatever will I do? I sometimes bite like the skin around my nails, like no matter what situation I'm in. Like, and I literally did just cut my nails, but okay. I mean, are you going to get out like some kind of like tool to like analyze how?
Matthew, I know you didn't ask me this question, but I'm going to answer it. Does Chantal lie more than Amberlynn? I don't think so. I think Amberlynn is the number one liar on YouTube just because Chantal at least will be a little bit real as far as like she's unclean, she's dirty. She kind of shows you the good and the bad of her life and like how she is as a person to a degree, obviously. Amberlynn, on the other hand, wants to pretend that she is the elite fat person that doesn't smell, doesn't struggle with physical things. You know, she tries to paint this picture of this elite influencer, you know, blah, blah, blah. So in that regard, I would say Chantal is a little more honest. Now, do they both try to lie to their audience to form a narrative? Absolutely. Do they all both think that we're stupid and can't see for themselves? Absolutely. But yeah, at least I'll give her this one shred of credit. Chantal kind of gives us the nitty gritty of how nasty she really is, whereas Amberlynn tries to act like she's above all that when we know the truth. You don't just get cellulitis from, you know, walking through a puddle, but
what actually cut the nail? Like, was it teeth or was it like some kind of like nail cutter? That's next. That's how sad they are. I have a kitchen, but I don't have a fridge.
Yeah, the washcloths.
Water. At least I have water, I guess. Small energy efficient fridge. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my god! Oh, that's just gonna start a fire.
Didn't make it my way. Hold on, forget that. Oh shit!
What did she even do? Wow. Hi, Catherine McDonald. Thanks for being here, BB.
Just Julia. There's no broken glass on the floor. Like, do you think I would just let my cat walk around? Like,
well, it certainly sounded like something shattered.
Plenty of water, yeah. Hi, baby. There's no broken glass. I'm literally in my house, but okay. Hey, Witchy. I was just getting off. I don't film and post outside the home. I mean, there's literally no address on the house. Like, it's Syria.
Blackout bees. That's right, Dill.
Like, I live everywhere is like the same concrete buildings, but you know, and they're kind of like hidden away. But no, I'm not going to. I'm just going to make vlogs. Okay, so like what happened is we have a solar panel and we have a battery. It should have been charged by now. Like it's been like we just installed it, but it's been a couple days and the battery wasn't full yet. So we're thinking it's a defective battery because it was a used battery. You know, Jane, why are you even talking about this from my past? Do you like not hear that? Turn you in for such like whatever. Get out of here, stupid idiots. So people like with a past,
stupid idiot.
You think they like who cares? Like it's so weird. You can't evade taxes in Canada, Trader. Like I'm not a Syrian resident, so. And honestly, moving to a country and becoming a resident where they don't have taxes, what's wrong with that? Like, who loves paying taxes? For past debts of taxes, no matter where you move, you can't avoid them. Like, why?
Yeah, I mean, why would you try to contribute to a country that's clearly struggling that you're leeching off of? You know, why would you do that?
With this stupid crap, like all you have to do is Google it. Like, don't even talk to me. if it came to a point where like I would never have consistent electricity, I'd have to leave. Like I wouldn't have a choice. Like I need to CPAP. Like I'm not gonna live in a hotel. I'd be like, let's go, we're packing up. Too bad for your house. Like I'm sorry, but there's just no way. I mean, the person who set up our solar panel has the same one, and they have electricity all day and night. So it might just be a defective battery. Yay, just our luck as usual. Something goes wrong. Anyway, I guess we'll see. But yeah, I need consistent power. So if that doesn't happen, I will not be staying very long. I don't know what I'll do, but okay, I'm gonna go check out the panel and see what's going on. Okay, guys, I'll catch you on the flip side. I'll see you
All
guys
right,
later.
whatever.
Bye.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much to Barbecue Chillin for the use of their video. I will have the information for their channel linked in my video description. Yeah, Dill, I think she really only took what Salah had to say about, the situation there and kind of ran with it. She doesn't give a shit. She just wanted to hurry up and get back to her man to prove everybody wrong. Or like somebody said, she's worried about another Kybella situation, which is completely fair, to be honest. Yeah. $10 says she's already left. I think she's going to stick it out a little bit longer. I said I give her a month, basically till her next paycheck. All right. Well, I think that pretty much gets us caught up with Chantal. I will have this video posted to my channel just so anybody can watch it on replay. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. This was our first ever live on the channel. It was a little bit of a mess, just trying to juggle everything, trying to keep everything going, trying to keep up with comments. So excuse my unprofessionalism, but I think we made it work, didn't we? So I thank you guys all so much. If you would consider leaving a like, and if you are interested in joining the channel membership, all that information will be in the description. So again, I will absolutely do more lives if I can, Sherry. I kind of had the opportunity today, so I went for it, man. I just went for it. All right. Well, thank you guys all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.